Hi fans, and welcome to this 2013 season wrap-up show on the Woodland Hills Football Network. The Wolverines finished up their 2013 season as they took on the Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings in the WPIAL Finals at Heinz Field. It was the Wolverines' 10th trip to the WPIAL Championship game, but unfortunately they were not able to win their 6th WPIAL title. We're going to sit down with Woodland Hills head coach George Novak to review the season and the WPIAL Finals, and we'll also let you see highlights of the WPIAL Championship game. All of that and more on the postseason wrap-up show right here on the Woodland Hills Football Network. The fourth-seeded Wolverines entered the WPIAL Finals riding a 10-game winning streak. They faced an old rival they haven't seen in the playoffs in a long time, the second-seeded Central Catholic Vikings. For the fourth time in 5 seasons, Woodland Hills found themselves in the WPIAL Championship game at Heinz Field.
A blitz with Osbrooks, a throw for Cosentino. Now he's under pressure, tries to run away, coming to the near side at the 40. He's not going to break out of it. He got away from one on-rushing defender, but then he was brought down. And that's going to go as a sack as the ball was spotted at the 41. That is a loss of 1. Cross counter running to the right is Miles Sanders. Cuts around one man, angles to the far sideline, breaks a tackle, and now stumbles forward to the 23-yard line. A nice pickup. In the counter now, it is Harry Randall cutting to the left side. He faked the handoff. He gets over the 32-yard line. And Woodland Hills running up the near side. It is Harry Randall. Randall's over the 20. Stutter steps at the 25, tries to cut it back inside. He's going to be dropped at around the 27-yard line. And off to the up mid. It is Falloon breaking tackles over the 20. Powering his way inside the 15. That ball was on the turf. Woodland Hills is saying they have it. And they do. Pistol formation. Miles Sanders cut left and then stepped it back towards the right hash mark. Out over the 21-yard line for a pickup of 5. Takes the snap. Sanders running to the left, cuts it to the left edge, gets around one man, puts his shoulder down. Back-to-back 5-yard pickups for Miles Sanders, and a nice job to use his speed to get the edge and then use his power at the end to fall forward and move forward for a first down to the 26-yard line. Randall will get the snap, comes to the right, stutter step at the 25, just kind of dancing his way up the near sideline. And they fake it, come to the near side, they'll get the first down. Woodland Hills with the fake, the man came up and hit the ball carrier, but getting forward for the first down. Randall takes the shotgun, rolling right, looking right, firing underneath, has his man open at the 40, makes the catch to the 42-yard line, forward progress maybe to the 43. I think Redmond dots the I. Redmond runs to the right, spins out of a tackle, tries to spin out of another, nothing doing. Osbrooks was there, along with Will Clark, and they bring Redmond down. Looking left is Randall. Has time now, breaks down, gets through 1, gets through 2, he's going to run. Out over the 30, 35, 40. Cuts it back at the 45, near midfield. He's going to be dragged down there. Randall coming up the near hash, 15, 20. Cuts to the 25, 30. On his feet, 35, over the 40, and he's just nudged out of bounds. From the pistol, rolling to the right, still rolling. Throws underneath, has a man right near the sticks inside Central Catholic territory. A diving catch to go underneath, and a nice catch by Art Tompkins. And they move the sticks. They convert, the Wolverines do. The handoff, it is Joel Shaw busting through the line of scrimmage inside the 40 to the 37. And that's a pickup of 10 and possibly another first down for the Woodland Hills Wolverines. The big H-back, Joel Shaw. Randall looking to throw, now pulls it down. Opposite side, 35-30, 25, tripped up inside the 25, but another first down. 3 consecutive plays result in first downs for Woodland Hills. Randall looking right, underneath, pattern to Tompkins at the 15. Inside the 10, puts his head down and bowls to the 4-yard line. Maybe the 3, first and goal, Woodland Hills on the hook up from Randall to Tompkins. An impressive drive to start the third quarter for the Wolverines. First and goal at the 3. Faking the handoff, reversing. Harry Randall gets to the goal line and into the end zone. Harry Randall scores for Woodland Hills, and it's 20-6.
Yeah, I was going to mention the fact that once Harry Randall gets inside the 5-yard line, it's almost automatic for Woodland Hills.
Sanders is split. Here's what I thought could happen. Short pass underneath, 40, 45, 50, down the near sideline. I don't think he picked up a first down, but he picked a lot of yardage up.
While Woodland Hills wasn't able to win a record 6th WPIAL Quad A Championship, it was another double-digit win season for the Wolverines. And while Offensive Player of the Year Harry Randall, Co-Defensive Players of the Year Deshaun Osbrooks and Trayvon Mathis, and many other seniors will be missed, Woody High has a lot of young talent that will be a year older and more mature come next fall. The quest for a 6th WPIAL Championship and that elusive state title will start in August of 2014. Hi fans, and welcome back to the postseason wrap-up show here on the Woodland Hills Football Network. Adam Gusky here, sitting down with Woodland Hills head coach George Novak. And Coach Novak, let's take a look back to the WPIAL Finals game. A terrific defensive performance by Central Catholic kept you guys at bay all afternoon.
I give them a lot of credit for their defensive game plan. We anticipated them stunning a lot more from the outside and doing some things differently, and they didn't. And they had us well scouted, and they just did a nice job. They have great speed defensively. As you could see all year, they had a great defense into the PIAA Finals Championship tournament. They have a great defense there also. So, very talented defense. Nico Thorpe was an outstanding linebacker, did a great job. Their defensive line was good. Their linebackers were good. We knew they were good, and, they played well against us.
Let's talk about Harry Randall's performance. Not only did he earn our player of the game, but he was also player of the year. He was just terrific in the WPIAL Finals, trying to carry the team on his back.
He has the heart of a lion, and, he's a great athlete, got a lot of potential. He can run the ball and throw the ball, and he just did a great job for us all year, especially in the WPL tournament.
Yeah, he was so great in the playoffs. Talk about his performance and how he just improved as his knee got healthier underneath him.
I still don't think it was 100%, but, and he even cramped up a little bit down at Heinz Field. But, he did everything, ran the ball, he blocked, he made some great blocks for in the Upper St. Clair game. He helped Trayvon score that touchdown on a kickoff. He threw the ball well, made some great plays. Just an outstanding athlete.
You mentioned Trayvon Mathis, what a great athlete he was. He was our co-defensive player of the year with Deshaun Osbrooks. Talk about those two guys defensively all season long.
Well, they were our two defensive leaders. Deshaun, he's not a big kid stature-wise, but, he plays a lot bigger, and he's got such great speed and instinct for the game and for the ball. And, he had a great year for us. He was our leading tackler. And he was all over the field, sideline to sideline, sacking the quarterbacks, intercepting passes. Probably the biggest play of the year he made defensively is when on the 4th down play against Upper St. Clair, he shot a gap and got into the backfield and, disrupted the whole play.
Of course, Trayvon Mathis made a big impact as well.
Yeah, Trayvon's a 3-year starter. He played the corner position or the safety position wherever we needed him. Did a great job, broke up a lot of passes, had a few interceptions, made a lot of very strong tackles inside and outside. And he has great speed and athleticism. He also helped, on the offensive side and on special teams. But, he's a special athlete, and he got a few Division I offers.
Mathis, Randall, Osbrooks, 3 seniors that are going to be missed, but there's several other that will be missed as well.
James Eggleston came with us this year. He had a great year on the defensive line. He just did a super job, and Dante Broadus, he did a great job for us. at linebacker. He was injured part of the year, but he did a great job for us. Dejon Bryan had a great run into playoffs here at outside linebacker. Chris David, came back off his knee surgery and just did a great job on defense and offense. So we got a number of guys defensively. Devin Nixon, what a great athlete he is. And, you don't have a great defense without some great athletes. And we had a lot of speed, a lot of toughness. We're going to miss the seniors because they were definitely the backbone of that defensive team.
On the offensive side of the ball, you also have several key seniors that you're going to be losing, 3 on the offensive line.
Jimmy Rooney and Victor Bilberry, played center and right guard. They were the 2 leaders on the offensive line. Undersized for quad A, but they played bigger and did a great job being leaders on the offensive line, along with Mike Smith at tight end. The 3 of them, all of them were undersized, but, they all came up with big blocks all year long, and they were leaders. They knew the technique, they knew the plays and the schemes, and, Jimmy Rooney called the defensive line blocking schemes out and did a great job with the shotgun snaps. Mike Smith came in, he's not that big a guy, but he made some great blocks on a lot bigger guys this year. And, we're going to miss those 3 guys.
The cupboard is far from bare, though. A lot of returning talent. Obviously, Miles Sanders comes back, and you anticipate him being 100% as he heads into his junior year. You also have Art Tompkins and a ton of other talent.
4 sophomores that started on offense this year. And, of course, Miles and Joel in the backfield, along with Art Tompkins. Well, Art's a junior. And the 2 offensive linemen, Amon and Wolford, they're both sophomores. They started on the left side of the line, and they both had good years for us. And those 4 sophomores, we have Art Tompkins and Dan Gibson were juniors, and they played a lot, Danny started on the line, and Art started a receiver or running back for us all year. They had a lot of big plays, so we expect them to be leaders. But we got 6 guys back offensively, and we got to replace a couple linemen. There'll be a lot of competition for that. Wide receivers, we lost most of them. We got some good backups who got a lot of playing time this year. But, the key offensively next year is going to be quarterback because, right now that's a big question mark. We don't have a junior quarterback on the team. We do have 3 sophomore quarterbacks, and we've got to see how they develop throughout the offseason.
You touched on the offensive line. You do have 3 starters coming back, but you have that 6th man coming back as well in Jake Cassidy.
We do have Jake. He had a lot of experience last year as a sophomore and this year as a junior. And, he's really gotten better every year, and we expect a lot from him next year. And there's a couple other, Steve Rickard got some playing time this year, as well as Eric Mitchell. So, there's a bunch of other sophomores that did a very nice job with the JV team. So, yeah, we got a lot of guys who are going to be competing for those positions.
Let's talk about the returning talent on the defensive side of the football.
Defensively, we got some guys who played. Of course, we lost to Kyra the last couple games because of knee injury, which he was a big part of our defense. He was our leading sack man on defense. He had 12 sacks this year, which did a great job playing defensive end. Nixon, the other end, we lose him. Interior people, we have a couple guys back that played a lot and started this year. Wolford Clark and Danny Gibson also play offense. They played a lot of defense, and Kevin Sullivan on the defensive line. So, we do have some guys on the defensive line that will be coming back. And linebacker, that's another area where we lost 3 of our top 4 linebackers. So we have Jordan Lee, who rotated at the linebacker position. So there's going to be some competition for those positions next year. In the secondary, we have, Jihad Bryan had a fabulous year for us, just really came through big time. And Mike Nash was the other corner. I think he'll be a really, really good corner for us next year. So those 2 started for us this year. And Mike Flowers was the backup at safety, but he did a nice job for us when he was in there.
Well, we've talked specifics. Let's talk some generalities. You came into this season, tons of expectations, number one team in the WPIAL, among the top teams in the state, getting all kinds of publicity. And you stumbled coming out of the blocks, but as usual, this Woodland Hills football team got stronger as the season went on.
Rankings at the beginning of the season don't mean as much as the ones at the end. And, I think our guys know that. And we had played two experienced teams, and we just went over all the players that played and coming back, and hope I didn't leave anybody's name out. I didn't want to hurt anybody, but we tried to cover them all. But, this year coming into the season, we had a lot of question marks with injuries with Harry and Chris David. That was part of the reason for our slow start. I think Harry's development wasn't as fast with his knee as we had hoped. But, we had experience. Half the team were underclassmen that didn't play before, and the other half were seniors. Some of them didn't play for. So we had to get that experience and, put people in the right places. Next year there's going to be some new faces coming in, and, I think, the key is going to be we lost a lot of people defensively. So linebackers and a couple places in the secondary is going to be a big force on defense. On offense, quarterback and receiver are going to be the key. We got some nice running backs and some nice offensive linemen. We need a tight end too. So, those are areas, we got to see who comes up and who develops through the off season. Special teams is big. We lost our kicker, our punter, our place kicker, and, Donnie Cassie. He did a nice job for us for the last couple of years. And, we lose him, and we lose our holder, Harry, and our punter, Dante Broadus. So that's one of the reasons Harry couldn't punt this year, because of his knee. So, everything kind of ties into each other as you go through there. But there's, a lot of potential for the guys coming back, and, you kind of see what type of team you have by what type of players you can develop.
As we look in the rearview mirror, Coach, going into 2012, not a lot of expectations made it to the WPIAL Championship game. Going into this season, tons of expectations. You made it to the WPIAL Championship game. Does having the expectations this year and a fairly young team going into next season help, because these guys know when the burden is on their shoulders?
We're always expecting to be in the playoffs, and when we get there, to make a run for the championship. And, our kids know that and work towards that. And, we try to play the best team we can early in the season. And, we did. Playing up with St. Clair team, in the last 2 years, they've only lost 2 games with senior-oriented team, and that was us. So.
Not too bad. Talk about that schedule. Obviously, the WPIAL revisits the schedule every 2 years. Do you anticipate playing Upper St. Clair in Week 1 next season again?
They'll mix it up. I don't know what they'll do with that game. There might be some changes in conference. I think that everybody's talking to Gateway's going to go to AAA, and Franklin Regional's come up to Quad A. So that'll make some changes there as far as playing and who's in what conferences and things like that. So they might mix the conferences up. They might go to 4 conferences instead of 3. We'll see how it goes.
I'd love to see that for my gas budget.
It's nice to play different people once in a while, but when your conference is on the other side of the rivers and tunnels, it hurts attendance both ways for home and away games. So, yeah, I think it'd be nicer to have a conference closer to us.
Coach Novak, thanks a lot for your time all season long. We'll hope to talk to you again next August.
Thank you, Adam, and thanks Lee Schaefer for the great job he did for us. And you guys do a super job, and we're lucky to have you guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll be right back with more of this postseason wrap-up show right here on the Woodland Hills Football Network. Again, fans, we thank you for joining us here on the Woodland Hills Football Network, and we hope you stay tuned as the winter progresses. We'll be presenting our postseason highlight show, and we'll also have updates on the Wolverines throughout the offseason. For everybody at the Woodland Hills Football Network, I'm Adam Gusky, wishing you a very happy and safe holiday season.
This has been a presentation of the Woodland Hills Football Network. Watch us on YouTube, like us on Facebook,
Follow us on Twitter, and as always, visit us at woodlandhillsfootballnetwork.com.